For centuries, sports have been coveted within our societies as an important part of culture and the human experience. That being said, everybody gets caught failing on their face once in a while. The same applies for even the best professional athletes. In today's video, we're breaking down the 20 funniest and most embarrassing moments in sports.
Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.
Number 20. 2015 World Cup. The 2015 Women's World Cup for soccer was a big moment for the German team. Everyone was psyched. Of course, there was one pre-game moment caught on camera that was pretty awkward. Keep in mind that the audience for this game was pretty much the entire world. German defender Jennifer Kramer was going for a double fist bump when she was flat out rejected. Her own teammates saw her but just completely ignored her. Fortunately, the entire world was watching and got a good laugh. Number 19. Maria Sharapova is one of the absolute best tennis players in the world. That being said, she has her moments. A few years ago, she teamed up with the number 1 ranked player, Novak Djokovic, to film a special video endorsement.
We go again, wait. Give me best shot.
Part of the video was a tennis challenge. Maria was supposed to serve the ball and knock a tennis can off of Novak's head. It was all fun and games at first, but then in her second attempt, she hit the ball right at him, and he was hit in a not-so-fun place. He immediately collapsed and asked that they suspend the rest of the video. Number 18. New York Knicks joy. Every athlete knows the thrill of making a huge play or winning a big game. That being said, some game day celebrations don't exactly look graceful. This was the case for one New York Knicks player who got so excited he decided to jump up onto the commentator's table and then landed on a bunch of viewers. Luckily, no one was really hurt, and everyone was all smiles as the player profusely apologized for falling on them. Sadly, the computers on the desk weren't so happy as they were completely destroyed in the process. Number 17. Angry player. While some players are jumping for joy, others get downright mad. In fact, every sport seems to have a tradition of angry players, from racket snapping in tennis to soccer brawls. For the legendary James Harden of the Houston Rockets,
and Josh Hart has to worry about the contact. Hart just lost the bat. And then put it into his own.
One basketball game got to his head like others hadn't. What happened next, though, was absolutely hilarious. James grabbed the basketball and slammed it into the ground. But, of course, it bounced right up and smacked him in the face. The funniest part, though, was the opposing team's player, Josh Hart's reaction. He was pretty confused and looked completely bewildered. It almost seems like he thought James decided to hit himself in the face on purpose. Number 16. Basketball fail. In another big basketball fail, one fan was asked to come down to the court, but didn't realize this was about to be one of the most embarrassing experiences of his life. During the halftime show, the facilities had set up a big trampoline under the hoop. The inexperienced baller made a big dash, hopped onto the trampoline, but clearly underestimated the spring power of this trampoline. The boy launched face first into the hoop and successfully dunked himself into the basket. He didn't seem fazed by it, but it definitely looked like it hurt. Refs to this day are still trying to figure out how many points a basket like that is worth. Number 15. Late tennis player. In a major Wimbledon tennis final, rain had delayed the game. When they resumed, though, Nadal was all set. Meanwhile, his opponent was still sitting down. The other player quickly rushed out when he realized his mistake. Nadal made fun of him for it, which turned out to be a big mistake.
After the play was resumed, Nadal was ready to serve. Soderling was still in his chair.
During the next serve, Nadal's opponent made a point of stopping the game to shake out his legs and pants. The imitation of the legendary Nadal drew plenty of laughs, but certainly didn't help him win the match. Number 14. Nacho break. Some of the best American baseball players have also been pretty big guys. Athletes in general usually have a big appetite. During one Detroit Tigers Major League Baseball game, Prince Fielder took that to a whole other level.
Let's see. He sure did took one of that man's nachos. He didn't dip it in the cheese.
During the middle of the game, Fielder chased down a foul ball and ended up crashing into the stands. But as he was climbing out of the throngs of people, he managed to snag a quick snack from an unsuspecting fan. As he pulled himself out, he grabbed some nachos right off a guy's plate. The whole thing was caught on camera. Number 13. Pranks. Every sports team gets along like family, or at least the successful ones do. Of course, that means playing the occasional prank to bring everyone together. There probably isn't a team that pranks better than the Barcelona soccer team. Messi and Neymar and another player were standing close together when Neymar put his foot on a ball and started tying his shoelace. Of course, the other player took advantage of the moment and kicked the ball from beneath his foot. Neymar definitely wasn't amused. Little did they know that the cameras were watching. At the end of the day, they were still all teammates and it was all good fun. But in the moment, Neymar definitely looked upset for his little stumble. Number 12. Basketball fail number 2. Sports is full of failing moments. In fact, sports like basketball particularly embrace the comeback story. That being said, they also don't forget the hilariously bad athletic moments. When Campbell Walker of the Hornets took his free throw, it seemed he had sunk the basket. He turned around and began to pull some dance moves. Little did he know, the ball had popped out of the hoop and his teammates were struggling to get a hold of it.
Richardson, still an opportunity with a minute to play.
Fans watching were laughing. Meanwhile, his coaches and teammates were all shaking their heads. This was one he wasn't going to live down for a long time. Number 11. Accidental hit. In many sports, athletes accidentally hit one another. Whether it's on purpose or by accident, it just happens. That being said, sometimes another player will decide to get involved and things will quickly heat up. Atlanta Hawks player John Collins had a long and famous career. But after his last game, he was going about his big player send-off when cameras caught something unexpected. While all the fans were reaching out their hands for high fives and giving hum congratulations, one young worker caught a high five he didn't intend for.
John Collins got ejected at the end of the game on the weekend, high-fiving everybody on the way out, including us.
Collins was walking towards the tunnel with his hands out when he accidentally smacked the boy right in the face. It's absolutely hilarious and completely unexpected. Number 10. Wimbledon. In another hilarious Wimbledon moment, Yuzny was playing Federer in a match, and then something happened that shocked everyone. He was down 2 sets, and it seemed there was nothing he could do to keep up with the legendary tennis player Roger Federer. As he walked off another lost point, he looked towards the stand and yelled out to another famous tennis player, Andre Agassi, and asked, "What do I have to do?" The entire crowd burst out laughing as it was pretty unexpected. Number 9. Moroccan national team. During a championship presentation, the captain of the Moroccan national team tried to shake hands with 2 women working as the prize presenters. They completely rejected him, but continued smiling.
Addosso, visto per rimanere in tema, sia con il Real e sia contro il Napoli.
The entire thing was caught on camera and was very awkward, but also super funny for fans watching. It definitely helped bring a smile to the defeated team's face. Number 8. Cyclocross World Championships. Back in 2016, at the Cyclocross World Championships, the lead biker crossed the finish line area and slowed down. He thought he had won the entire race and was accepting cheers that were actually meant for the other bikers. The race wasn't over at all, and there was an entire lap left to complete. Once he realized what happened, he felt pretty embarrassed.
Belgians at bay. Oh,
No.
he thinks he's won.
No.
No, it's 1 lap to go. It's 1 lap of racing to go.
Number 7. Hornets and Cavaliers. Sometimes the reaction of players at their own actions can be pretty hilarious. During a basketball game between the Hornets and Cavaliers, Osman of the Cavs accidentally spit out his mouthpiece. The entire thing was caught on camera up close. His reaction was hilarious. And definitely one fans watching on the stadium big screens didn't expect. He kept playing though and ignored what happened. Number 6. Sports uniforms. Everyone has a wardrobe malfunction. Unfortunately, they can be pretty intense during a heated game. In fact, a sports uniform malfunction can ultimately cause a player to lose a game. During one tennis match, a female player's dress strap was snapped while she was hitting the ball. She quickly grabbed the strap and had a pretty nervous smile on her face. Number 5. Tennis fall. In another hilarious tennis malfunction, Marty Fish took a spill. The player was running down a ball when he lost control and fell over the net. But then he was stuck on the net. His opponent, Ryan Harrison, had to run over and help him up. It was a pretty awkward situation, but everyone handled it well.
I think it's stuck.
Number 4. Manchester United. The former coach of Manchester United had a pretty bad slip at a Russian hockey league match. The incident took place when Jose Mourinho tried to shake hands with one of the players, but he fell, and it was a pretty bad one. You can hear the entire stadium groan when he hits the ice. Number 3. Hockey fail. When the Spokane hockey team won the cup for that year, it was a huge deal for their team. But as the hockey captain tried to pass the massive cup off to another player, he accidentally dropped it on the ice and it broke. The players were so shocked, they didn't know what to do or say. It didn't help that the entire stadium just started booing them. Number 2. Volleyball. 2 pro volleyball players going after the ball ended up falling onto each other in a very awkward position. They were so shocked they just froze for a second. They were super embarrassed but quickly got up. Of course, the rest of their team wasn't going to let them live it down. Number 1. Carlos Boozer of the Chicago Bulls had just made a huge slam dunk, but as he backed away, his celebration caused a little more harm than good. As he went to fist pump, he swung his arm around and he caught the referee right in the crotch. It wasn't a pretty sight.
You see Booz with the spin move against Dirk.
He wristed that in.
Yeah,
wow! He did get him.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This has been 20 funniest and most embarrassing moments in sports. As always, have a good one.